Okay, so in this video, we're going to figure out how to track your macros. So step number one, we're going to figure out what your maintenance calories is. Now, how do we figure out your maintenance calories? So let's add that here. Boom, maintenance. I don't know how to spell, but who cares? Maintenance calories. Okay. You first have to figure out your TDEE. Okay, now what that is your total daily exercise expenditure. Who cares? Okay, spelling is not my thing. Okay, now you can do that by simply, and I'm going to show you, by simply typing in the Mifflin St. George equation. Now, take this with a pinch of salt. Okay, there are many different equations. This is, in my opinion, the most accurate. I've used many different ones. What this does is it gives you your BMR, and then it does other math, and I don't need to bore you with that. Okay, because the calculators will do this for you. Okay, now, excuse me. Okay, so now, I showed you type in Google Mifflin St. George, and that's going to give you BMR. Okay, BMR is your basal metabolic rate. That's like the absolute, that's basically similar to your maintenance, give or take. So basically, the difference between that is like the absolute, like, bare minimum. Your BMR, if you don't move a muscle. Anyways, I'm kind of, it's more advanced. Okay, so maintenance calories. That's basically what your body needs to consume, or what it wants to consume unintentionally, without thinking, without trying, or without tracking. So let me visually stimulate you with this pen. All right, here is a guy. Okay, we're gonna call him Bob. Bob. All right, here we got Bob. Okay, so Bob doesn't have any goals. He doesn't want to lose weight. He doesn't want to gain weight. He doesn't want to burn muscle. Nothing. Okay, why would he want to burn muscle? Anyways, but he just eats whatever he wants. All right, he eats whatever he wants, whenever he wants, for that week, that day, that month, whatever. And then if you were to add up everything, and you divide it, like if we're trying to figure out his maintenance calories, the easiest way would be per week. So we would divide it by 7, and that would be his maintenance. So now, if Bob wants to lose weight, all right, here's important stuff. Lose weight. Needs to eat less. Okay. If he wants to gain weight, which I know like 99% of you is not wanting to do that, you need to eat more. Okay. And if you want to do both, so body recomposition, complex. Okay, it's not easy for me to just give you a straight up answer. All right, but that's okay. So body recomposition. Let me give you an example. Okay, so obviously I've helped a lot of people lose weight, but a good example of that would be like this. Okay, so he's built some muscle, right? And he's gotten shredded, right? So Trey, this was like in like 5-6 months. But it's really hard to do both at the same time. I want to put that out there, right? Or this is another good example. This was Ryan. Okay, this was like done in like, I don't know, like 6 weeks. Crazy. But you could see the definition of his back. He lost fat. You could see the difference in his love handles, right? You could see this coming in. And you can see that, what the fuck is that? And you can see his musculature, right? I don't know why. Back in the day, I used to put the before, the after image on the left and the before on the right, because I want it to be different. But it's pretty stupid because people read left to right. But anyways, those are just some examples of what body recomposition is. All right, but it's really complex because your nutrition has to be really on point and your workouts have to be really on point. Now, once you have your TDEE using this Mifflin-George equation, it should give you a rough estimate of your caloric maintenance should be. And then once you have that, your next step is to figure out what your macros are. So what are macros? All right. So let me put a text here. All right. Boom. Macros. Okay. What the fuck is a macro? So what I want to do is somewhere in this module or somewhere on the school community, I'm going to probably change the order of it. But there will be a video, which is 20 minutes long, of a nutrition mastermind. And if all else fails, you just go to YouTube, okay, and you're going to go to my channel, and it should be like one of the first videos there. It'll be pinned or whatever. It's called Nutrition Masterclass. So it's 20 minutes long, breaking down everything more in depth about macros, whatever, okay? But this is like a good summary of that. This is like a short version of that, because everybody's attention span is like this. So now macros stand for macronutrients, all right? You have 3 main ones. You have protein, aka people refer to it as P. You have carbs, or carbohydrates, I'm not spelling that, or C. And then you have fats, or F, okay? Now, you're probably wondering how much of each you should consume, Okay, so I'm going to give you a baseline. We're going to bring this with us. All right. So the number one most important one, by far and away, despite what anybody might tell you, technically is fat, but in my opinion, it's protein, because you get a lot of fat, depending on the protein source, from the protein. Okay, so it's going to help you. It's going to help you with energy. It's going to keep you full. It's going to help build muscle. It's going to help repair muscle. There's so many other benefits. Blah 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 blah. So in my opinion, for protein, okay, minimum is 0.8 grams, all the way up to 2 times body weight. Okay, BW stands for body weight. All right. Now, what I want to tell you. So if we're Bob, let's bring Bob back. Okay, here's Bob. Oh, Bob's gotten a broken leg. Okay, whatever. Bob. Okay, Bob's back. Now, if we're Bob, and Bob's 300 pounds, okay, so he's not a stick man. He's going to be many stick mans. He's going to be like this wide, all right? He'll be like, ooh, look at me. He's got a big-ass belly, all right? Now, that's okay. I mean, look, who am I one to judge? Just so we're on the same page here, hello, I was fat as fuck, so it's okay. But if Bob's 300 pounds, 400 pounds, whatever, you don't want to do 2 times your body weight. Now, that's upper echelon, okay? Most people, 1 times body weight, totally fine. Some cases, 1.5 times, right? But bare minimum, like 0.8 grams, okay? So I'm bad at math, so we'll just stick to 1 times. But if you're 300 pounds and you want for protein, you want to shoot for your goal weight. So most people at our 300 pounds, they want to get to 180, 200 pounds, 220, 250, whatever. So shoot for that in protein, and then just do whatever your goal weight is times 0.8. So it'll probably be around 150, 180, 200 grams of protein. And then you can always go up. You don't want to start super high. You'd rather start low and then build up gradually, okay? Let's continue. Come with me. Why can't I drag this? There we go. Okay. Now, yeah, it's an important, like, larger people are not used to eating a lot of protein, so it's better to start lower than higher. Okay, now, that should be 30 to 40%. P equals 30 to 40%, okay, of calories, okay? And then as far as fats and as far as carbs, it depends and it varies depending on what your goals, your body, how it responds to it, what your digestion's like, etc. So fats are more important than carbs, 100%, right? It's inarguably, is that a word? Where'd the rest of the text go for this? Oh, that's so annoying. Hold on. Okay. So your fat should be no less than a minimum of 25%. In my opinion, it shouldn't be more than 45%. That's like upper, right? And then the rest can be filled up with your carbs. Now, the one thing with carbs, if you're keeping your carbs low, I wouldn't recommend that. But if you are keeping your carbs low, then you want to pair that around your pre and post workout nutrition, because that's the most important. And yeah, so what I like to do with my my sources is that it's from my fat sources. I just use that, like red meat. I don't tend to eat a lot of lean protein sources, and if I do, then I add a fat to that. But yeah, that's that's the breakdown of your macros. Any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.